you hated, filth infatuated. Yeah. I'm the pain you tasted, fell intoxicated. I'm a fire starter, twisted fire starter. You're the fire starter, twisted fire starter. I'm the self-inflicted, my detonator. Yeah. I'm the one infected, twisted animator. I'm a fire starter, twisted fire starter. You're the fire starter, twisted fire starter. I'm a fire starter, twisted fire starter.
Hello, everybody. Yes, we're back. This is the Pro Tour. We've already got the room. We are going to be going out with APA against Immoral. So that is game number 1 this evening. I am not the only one streaming, but I am Fujit. So good evening to all of you out there. But as I said, I'm not the only one streaming. So if we have a look, oh, they haven't got them listed. Oh, okay. That's a damn shame. So let me just go through the list, if I can, of those who are streaming. I've got the list somewhere. 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 So we have, at this moment in time, we have Wild Ones Halper streaming in English. He is following Endgame. Amunet streaming in English as well. She is following Crowley. Fujit, hello. We're following APA. We have iShot streaming in Russian or Ukrainian. He will be following Akva. We then have 9-0, who is streaming in English, following Rejects. Robert, who is streaming in Espanol, that's Spanish for the uninitiated. He is streaming Ikra. We then have Pyroblast, who is also streaming in Russian, Ukrainian. He will be following Immoral. Now, I also have Rolling Swarm on the list, but I don't know who he's following, so I've got to just quickly check somewhere. Well, he hasn't put his link in, so that's why I don't know. But so I don't know if he is streaming or not. But we are following APA against Immoral, and we will be rolling out on Alpenstadt. You can see they're coming in already, but let's have a look at the map quickly. So that's a quick flyover of Alpenstadt. We will be having APA on the south spawn, Immoral on the north spawn. Immoral rated up first. We have Baoan in the T100 LT, Pegula in the E5, Ison in the 60 TP, Marsink in the Strav K, Realizda in the 60 TP, Machete in the IS4, and Reaction in the Kranwagen. That is Team Shame, Shame, Shame from the clan Immoral. They are going out here on Alpenstadt on the north spawn. It is best of 7, so it is the first of 4 victories. APA, well, we're just waiting for them to ready up. They are Team Apathy, clan APA. They are the current reigning champions of both the autumn season and the winter season. They are going out on the south spawn here on Alpenstadt. At the moment, we have Uni in an AMX M4, Almeri potentially in a Strav, De Silva in the AMX M4, Days and Regis in the Strav, Yennefer in a Superconch, Object 3 potentially in a Strav K. We still have over a minute to go, so we've got plenty of time. We are going to have a scoreboard, but I'm not putting it up just yet, mainly because if I put it up now, they generally change in the game. So that's the problem I've got there. Okay, but we'll sort it out. Don't stress. We've got 40 odd seconds to go before we rock and roll here. It's going to be interesting. This is now the Pro Tour. It's a round robin. It's the top 8, basically. They're all going to be fighting against each other in a round robin over the next few days to see who lands those top 4 spots to get into the top 4 championship at the end of later on in this month. So that is what we're looking at. And there we go. Object 3 did stay in the Strav. Almeri jumping in to a Superconch. Everybody else, no changes there. 10 seconds ticking down, so not much longer before we rock and roll on game 1 here of this group. So it's going to be interesting to see. Immoral grabbing that last place in the top 8. At the expense of the likes of Raid, to be honest with you. But, you know, if you get there, you get there. So, there you go. You see, we have Immoral that side and APA that side. That's why we didn't do that. And at the moment, 0-0. So, let's have a look. Let's get up high, as we normally do, to the back of the map. And let's see where they're going to be going. Well, at the moment, we have APA taking their Stravs, 2 of them, Object 3 and Days, out towards the A cap with coverage from Almeri and those heavy tanks, namely Uni and De Silva in the AMXs, heading towards the middle area overlooking the B cap. Marsink and the Strav K for Immoral just overlooking that lane. We got Machita in the IS4 just hanging back on the ridge. Baoan just running around in that T100 LT. Reaction at the moment is covering the A cap. And Ison in the 60 TP. He's got Pegula behind him along with Realizda, and they are just covering the A-cap as well. Shots going in already. That's an HE roll from Yennefer in the Superconch into Ison in that 60 TP. So tentative. Baoan is working his way around the map over to the C-cap. You can see right over there. He is trying to just get behind, see if he can spot anything down that road and down that route. He won't, because Object 3 and Days in the Strav Ks are over here. Regis is on rear guard for APA in his Strav K at the back. But at the moment, it's pretty much tentative stuff from both teams. C-Cap is now going to be taken by Baoan. Regis is there in the Strav K for APA, but I don't think he's going to be able to get a reset on that one. Let's just move in. Regis is moving in. He's going to try and catch Baoan off guard. Machita is rocking up a little bit from the ramp area in that IS4 as the AMXs try to reset. They do get Baoan, they do tag him, but they don't reset the cap. And now Baoan has got to be careful, but Machita gets a good shot into Uni. Regis is running around to that C-cap. Days and Object 3 of APA are now rotating out of their position. And you've got De Silva and Uni here, just trying to put some shots into Machita. The thing is, Immoral have put themselves in some pretty good positions. Regis already trying to recap that C-cap. Yennefer trying to get them on the cross, does get a shot into Pegula. So at the moment, it's pretty much even Stevens. APA do have more HP. They have tagged 3 tanks, where only 2 tanks of APA have been tagged. Machita here can't really do much, and it looks like Uni and Days, along with Almeri, may attempt to push. But Machita does have cover from Ison in reaction there. And that is what APA have got to be mindful of. This is not the fast and furious gameplay that we saw APA do in the Prove Your Skills. And as I said in the Prove Your Skills, they weren't firing on all 4 cylinders. They were kind of holding back a little bit. Not to say they weren't pummeling anybody, because they were. Oh, Pagula really getting wrecked over that side as he tries to move around towards the C cap. It didn't really help him. He's got into a safe position now, but he's lost a lot of HP. Regis was there on the rear guard action, and as Pagula came across, he just was unmercilessly smacked. Machita now moving up. He's come off the ridge. He's trying to put shots into Almeri. Now Daze is moving in, trying to take down Pagula. Pagula has been the focus of attention. Daze is getting smacked around, but Pagula goes down, and now Machita's in a world of pain. He has Uni coming up behind him, and Almeri is there as well. But Daze over this side is now going to be pushed by Realizda and Marsink. So Daze is going to be in a little bit of trouble here, methinks. He has got Regis to support, but he is now covered by 2, and Baowan is now coming in. Down goes Daze, but Ison's down, Reaction's down, and now Machita will go down. And APA just turning it up a notch here, allowing the tentative gameplay to begin with, timing their pushes, making sure they focus at the right isolated tanks. Down goes Machita. So now it's 3 against 6. Regis here is still alive. He's going to be pushed. He gets a good shot into Baowan. Baowan, down he goes. It's now 2 against far too many. And Realizda I was about to say Realizda and I don't know who it was actually, but they won on caps anyway, so it doesn't really matter. APA winning on caps, so 1-0 to APA as it stands. That was a sort of nervous, tentative little game to begin with. Each side sort of growing into the tournament. They've just come out the PYSs. PYS is completely different to this stage of the tournament, which is a bit more strategic, a bit more fast and furious when they get into it. And it was Realizda and Marsink of the last 2 standing there for Immoral. So, moving around the map. Sorry, map? I didn't mean map. Moving into the next game here on Alpenstadt. This time APA on the north spawn, Immoral on the south spawn. At the moment, we've got Immoral readied up first. Baowan still in the T100 LT. Pagula in the E5. Ison now jumping into an E5. Marsink into a Strav K, Realizda into a 60 TP, Machita into an IS4, Reaction into an E5. Moving out to APA, we have Uni in the Superconk, Almeri in the Strav K, De Silva in the AMX, Last FK now rotating into an AMX, Daze, Regis, Object 3, all in Strav Ks. Those are the lineups. That is the meta selection. It is 1-0 to APA. I know it's coming up differently in the room to what it is in the game. In the room, APA are on the left, Immoral on the right. In the game, Immoral are on the left and APA are on the right. So excuse that. Just the way it works out. Don't know how it does it, but that's how it does it. So, so you just have to try your best to ignore it for the moment. So, a couple of seconds left. Now we go. This is number 2. Remember, it is best of 7, so it's the first of 4 victories. So we got plenty of time to grow into this game. It's by no means over and done with for Immoral. We got plenty of time for Immoral to bounce back from that last game. However, APA are the clan to beat, to be honest with you. Now we're going to roll, but Immoral did do it in PYS number 4, although some would argue that APA did take their foot off the gas a little bit. Anyway, this time we have Object 3 and Daves pretty much doing the same as what they did last time, pushing out towards that A-cap. Regis and Almeri behind them. Last FK, Uni and De Silva all there as well. Moving around the map, we got Baowan and the T100 trying to get those spots. Realizda, wow, Daze and Object 3 have been spotted, so Realizda putting shots across and tagging Daze as Daze gets into that position. We now have Pagula and Ison both in E5s, great haul down tanks with great armor, pushing onto the ridge, just staying unspotted. Machita in the IS4 just covering the B-cap, but there is nothing there. A-cap is being taken by APA. Last AFK in the AMX M4 jumping in. The C-cap, therefore, I'm expecting Baowan to jump in there. He is over there with reaction, tentatively looking. They're seeing if there's anything from APA coming down that line, but there isn't at the moment. Last AFK, therefore, gets the initial cap advantage for APA. Object 3 in days just staying hull down, trying to use the gun depression and trying to stay as much as they can as unspotted. Mary has been spotted, however, in the Strath K. He can't push down too much just yet, because if he goes down into that little dip to get up with Object 3 in days, he will get tagged by Realizda. Baowan now tentatively moving away around. Now, Pagula has been spotted. Now, with Pagula spotted, they will probably realise APA that Ison is there with him. Now, that may make APA have a move. And now Ison does try to move out, and he does get smacked for his troubles. That will allow Pagula to move, and he does. Ison gets tagged again, but Pagula also gets tagged, this time by Almeri. C-cap has now been taken from Immoral, and they will take their attention probably towards the B-cap. Realizda now moving out of that Overwatch position. He gets absolutely smacked by Daze as he comes round, but he's got away with it. He is in a 60 TP, and now they're going to take an overview on the B-cap. They need to make the move. Immoral, it's not up to APA. APA have got the advantage. They've got the cap lead. So Immoral, whilst they may have taken the C cap, they do need to push the B cap at some point, or stack their tanks up on the other side and push that A cap. The A cap is going to be notoriously difficult to grab. B cap is going to be their better option, but they can't lose tanks in doing so. And you can see APA realizes De Silva is on the ramp, making sure. Now Uni is coming onto the bridge, staying all down, using the gun depression of the Super Conk and its very good turret armor. So if anything does come down that heavy route there into the B cap, he's now being joined by Last AFK. Again, another tank with very good turret armor. He's able to cover the B cap to stop anything from taking it. Immoral have stacked their tanks up along this route here. They have got to start making a move at some stage. Realizda is looking tentatively. The E5s of Ison and Pagula are still in their spawn after rotating out of the position forward. Daze is now taking that position. Machita spots Daze, but at the same time gets spotted himself. And APA have just managed to cover the cap here of B. And this is now presenting a slight problem for Immoral, because Immoral have got to push. They've got no choice. Uni and Last AFK see an opportunity here to put some good shots into Machita, and they do, pulling back a little bit. Ison and Pagula not able to do anything, and now here comes the move. Realizda seeing the opportunity to put a shot into Uni. Uni just venturing just out of the hull down position on the ramp, and now they're putting, well, basically at the moment APA are farming a little bit. They don't need to do too much. As I said, Immoral have got to make all the moves. APA don't need to do anything at this moment in time. They have brought Almeri, Regis, and Object 3 around, though. Looking at that C-cap, well, they know that Realizda's there. They know Machita's there. They know the two E5s are there. So they're probably betting on the C-cap being a little bit unprotected. Machita moving up, trying to put some pressure onto Uni and Last AFK. He hasn't got the gun depression in that position, but he does have the ability to smack that Super Conk. But at the same time, Realizda now being pushed by De Silva, and we're probably going to see APA Strabs make a move. Reaction trying to get round the back of De Silva, 870 points. They can't afford to lose tanks here. De Silva is going to be pushed. Baowan is going to come in and help out with this tussle. Over the other side, though, Machita and Ison are also pushing. Last AFK and Uni. Uni's trying to give some much-needed support to De Silva. At the moment, De Silva is now looking worse for wear, but he survives at the moment. He has survived. Down he goes. De Silva goes down, but APA, down goes Realizda. And Regis and Object 3, down goes Ison. Regis and Object 3 are pushing around there. We're going to leave that because the bigger areas over here. Uni goes down, but it doesn't matter. APA get it on the cap points, and they go 2-0 up here against Immoral. That was a nice game. Immoral not really backing themselves into a corner. More a point that APA have put themselves into a fantastic position, and that never really helps. And with them controlling the map there, controlling those base points, they were able to put some pressure onto Immoral. And Immoral, with their push, They did make a good push. They caught out to Silver. They caught out Uni, but it wasn't to be. We now move into Mayan ruins. So let's have a quick flyover of Mayan ruins, because why not? It's always nice to see if I can find it. So that's the quick overview of Mayan ruins. We are going out with APA on the North Spawn. They've read it up first. We have Uni in the AMX, Ameri in the Strav K, De Silva in the AMX, Last FK in the AMX, Days in a Strav K, Regis in an AMX, and Object 3 in a 60 TP. Immoral are going out on the South Spawn. We have Baowan in an E5, Foshi now coming in that Super Conk, Pagula in an E5, Marsink in a Strav K, Machita in an IS7, Reaction in a Super Conk, and Shirex coming in a Super Conk as well. At the moment, it is 2-0 to APA. They are halfway there. It is best of 7, so it's the first of 4 victories. APA are halfway home at the moment. It's going to be interesting to see what they're going to be doing with these AMXs. They'll probably be looking to push into that A and B cap rather than over to the C cap here. And on the other side, probably much of the same. So let's fly up high and see. So we have Days already in the Strav K making his move out. You can see the AMXs and along with the 60 TP of Object 3 of APA moving upwards. Marsink in the Strav K. He has got support from Baowan and Pagula in the E5s to an extent, moving towards that C cap. The majority of the team, though, the bulk of Immoral, now Baowan is just peeling off. Bulk of Immoral heading up to the B cap area. And you can see APA pushing through the middle, down the heavy route, trying to get the shots across. They do, and they only tag Foshi. But boy, does Foshi get smacked. And already he's lost over half his hit points in that move. APA trying to catch them off guard there. Almeri is going to run to the A cap, but Immoral will get the initial cap advantage. Now, APA are just hunkering down, making sure that if anything goes towards that B cap, they've got it covered. But at the moment, Immoral control the map insofar as they control the base points. APA will therefore be looking to see where they can make a move. They will need to make a move into that B cap eventually, and they'll probably do that with these AMXs. Last AFK and Uni making a move already. Shirex, Mishita and Baowan are on cover, but Uni is straight in. This is a great move by Uni, and boy, that is ballsy. In he goes. That is going to give some advantage to APA. They will steal the base. Uni is getting reset, though. Baowan and Machita there, managing to get the reset. Shirex is just bouncing off him, and every time he does, he's got Regis in the other AMX putting shots across. Baowan gets the reset again, and Uni there realizing that he's a little bit exposed. Reaction gets smacked from the other side. And now Uni looking to try again to get in there. But he is losing hit points despite the fact he is all down. He is getting shots back in. But at this stage of the game, they do use their premium ammunition and HE to much effect. And at the moment, it's all Immoral. However, the hit points, Foshi is very low, Reaction is very low, and Shirex is also relatively low. So those super conks have got to be careful, and it's all about where are APA going to push. Machita is looking to push down onto Uni. That's a bit ballsy by Machita. He has got an IS-7, which is a bouncy tank. However, him coming in has allowed APA to make the move over the other side. They're going to try and outflank them, get the team into dragging them onto Uni. And at the same time, trying to outflank Days and Regis moving in. Uni and Baowan tussling here, but Last AFK is trying his best to give some much needed support to Uni. Baowan is now a one-shot. He has got the DPM on Uni. But, Uni down he goes, but so does Baowan. So 2 tanks down a piece. Regis over here having a good old tussle with Reaction. Who has got the DPM? Well, Regis has, but he gets helped out by Days. So 2 tanks down for Immoral. Marsink pushing through. Almeri pushing down. Machitas getting caught out. Marsink losing so much there because he was put on fire. That's not what he wanted. Un is down. Regis is down, but down also goes Machita. Now we've got Foshi and Shirex. Shirex is down. Foshi and Pagula. They're both one-shots in real terms. Down goes Pagula. Foshi is the last man standing. And, well, he was the last man standing. And just like that, APA pull it back around. It looked at that point in time that Immoral actually had control of that game, to be honest with you. It really did look that way, but it wasn't to be, as APA pushed back, and they pushed back hard. And that's the thing about APA. You've got to watch them on this counter push because they're very, very good at it. And you can see there, I mean, Uni getting absolutely wrecked, but doing 2.5k in the process and dragging Immoral tanks into that B cap, into basically a field of fire, allowing the likes of Last AFK and stuff like that to put some good old-fashioned damage down upon them. Swapping the spawn points here, and it's match point to APA. We now have APA on the south spawn, Immoral on the north spawn. APA, well, we've got Uni in the AMX, Ameri in the Strav, De Silva and Last AFK both in AMXs, Days, Regis and Object 3 all in Stravs. Moving over to Immoral, we now have Foshi in a Strav, Pagula and Marsink in an AMX, Realizda, Machita both in IS7s, Reaction in a 60TP and Shirex in a Super Conk. It is 3-0 to APA as it stands. That means it's match point APA. APA will be looking to capitalise on this and just turn it over and get the first game over and done with and out the way. Immoral not playing badly. A lot of people are turning around, oh, Immoral's like, you know, not playing. They are playing very well, but they're playing against APA, and that's never easy. Believe me. As I said, when you look at APA in the previous skills, they were just coasting, to be honest with you. They weren't actually try-harding. Now this is the time for them to try hard, and they'll be looking to refine their strats going in, aiming for that top 4. Immoral, well, tough call, tough break. Getting APA first game out, but might as well get rid of it sooner rather than later. They would have to face them in any event. So now we have Regis and Days popping out towards the C cap. Uni, Last AFK, Almeri and De Silva all heading for the middle area. Almeri will be looking to do Overwatch. We're flying around the map. Well, Immoral, they're pretty much... Oh, Shirex gets spotted almost instantly there. Immoral pretty much doing a similar kind of strat, although Shirex and Foshi are pushing out wider than what we saw APA do. Pagula in the AMX is going to be covering. Machita in the IS7. Ballsy move by Machita. Not trying to cap, just trying to cover the cap area. And you got there Last AFK Uni and De Silva just holding back in those AMXs. Almeri and Object 3 also holding back. Allowing, basically, trying to sucker Immoral in. And that is the plan that they've got there. Almeri does, however, sucker them too much, and he does get smacked. But the thing is, if Immoral get a little bit overconfident and push too heavily into that area, they are going to get hurt. Uni is now coming up in Realizda and Reaction and realised that they could have overextended there. Uni pushing forward. He's got Object 3, De Silva and Almeri all with him. It's 4 against 3 effectively, and they're looking to take down this IF7 as every single APA gun on this side is pushing heavily onto Realizda. Realizda won't last this brawl. He will go down, and down he goes. Machita trying to get round the back here. Last AFK being harassed by Marsink, but back over this side. They've now got Reaction and Pagula, and De Silva is taking on Pagula. Almeri will come and join that. Machita is coming up behind him. Pagula goes down, but so will Almeri, but at the same time, Reaction will go. They will lose Ameri. Shirex now comes in. Regis and Days over there taking out Foshi, just leaving 3 tanks left. Marsink is tussling in the corner there, and De Silva goes down. But so at the same time does Shirex, leaving Marsink and Machita. Machita here is just going to get surrounded by these APA tanks, and he's the last man standing, and it all goes to APA. Wowzers. That was a bit more brutal from APA, not going to lie. And there you go. There you go. I mean, no, not a bad strat from Immoral. They tried to put the pressure on, but I think they may have just overextended, not realizing, trying to bite off a bit more than they can chew there when they saw Almeri was pretty much, it looked like he was out of position. He actually wasn't. He was basically just tempting them to push onto him, knowing that he had the likes of Daze and Uni behind him, along with Object 3. And you saw there the counter push was just brutal. The counter push came in, they lost Pagula, they lost Realizda, they lost Reaction, all for the loss of one tank. So, congratulations to APA. They win their first bout here against Immoral. Let's have a look at the way this is working out. So, here's the chart. We got APA, Akva, Ikra, Rejects, Crowley, Endgame, Immoral, and TQ. Now, we've already seen APA turn over Immoral there, so they will get the points in that one. Akva, well, they're out at the moment against Rejects, and that game is still ongoing. Ikra, they are out at the moment as well. I'll reset the scores in a minute, and they're going out against Crowley. Down to Rejects, we know Crowley, we know Endgame. This one's being streamed by Wild Ones Helper. They are out against TQT, and that game is still ongoing. And we've just seen Immoral. So that's what it is at the moment. Those were the scores. So those were the scores on the doors. It was 4-0 to APA. And we're now going to reset that. So, somebody sent me some replays. Let me find it, because I need replays. Replays are a big thing. Mystic sent me some good ones. So, I've got a couple here from Mystic. Let's get these up and running. So, next game, alright, it's going to be a while away. So the next game is in about 30 minutes, and it's going to be APA against TQT. That is the next matchup in about 30 minutes. Before then, we've got some replays. So this is Dane Henry sending across replays. So I'm just going to pop to the little boys' room while you watch this replay. Ah, I'm back just in time as well. So that was a great little game there. In a tricky tank. Not the easiest of tanks to play. I'm not a big fan of that tank. When I tested it, it was like, yeah, okay, this is a beast. But like most test tanks, it gets its parameters changed and it's not so much a beast anymore. So we've got a bit of time. So before the next replay, I'm going to see if I can get the results up. So let's see if I can do that. I didn't have it prepared. More for me. So it's going to all go a bit weird for the moment. And I want that. So this is the groupings as they stand at the moment. So this is the challengers. You can see there that Vale losing to Noxu. So that'll be a bit of a blow for Vale, losing to Noxu there. They've basically been turned over 3-1, so they will go down to the lower bracket semi-final in that group. AKTS and Who are still battling it out. Raid, well, they turned over Uzra 3-0, and Pog turned over FaZe 3-0. So they will both meet in the other bracket final in that grouping, whereas FaZe and Uzra will meet each other. Back over to the main groupings. Well, at the moment, I'm going to refresh it because at the moment we've only got a result from APA, which we've just seen, and it does take a bit of time to load up. To be honest with you, it's a bit of a pain like that. So here we go. So at the moment, APA, Endgame, Ikra all winning. If I shoot down to here, we're in Tour 1. So Endgame beating TQT 4-1. Immoral losing to APA 4-0. And Ikra beating Crowley 4-1. We just haven't got a result from Aqua and Rejects as of yet. In the next game, Endgame will be playing Rejects, TQT, and APA. That's the game we're watching. We'll be here. Aqua and Ikra will be facing off against each other, and Immoral and Crowley will be facing off against each other. That's in about 20 odd minutes. So we'll just we'll come back and periodically look at those every now and then. Let's just jump out and let's have another replay. I'm going to play one of mine. It's nothing special. It's just that it's a tank I hate. I'm notoriously bad in this tank. So I'm just going to get another coffee while you watch me be notoriously bad in this tank. So, how's everybody doing this fine Wednesday evening? I hope everybody's doing fine. I hope you're all having fun. Looking to see some great action. What's this? What I need to do. So yeah, I'm a notoriously bad player on any tank, not just this tank. But I do struggle with certain tanks, and this is one I struggle with. It's not the easiest of tanks, to be honest with you. It's got a strange. It's not. It's got a strange place. Oh, nice ammo. It's got a strange play style. It's not your traditional TD. It's an ambush TD, is what it is, and you know, it's not one of those TDs that likes sitting and camping at the back. It's a TD that likes moving. That's why it has good mobility and good frontal armor. And I don't know where the next shot goes, by the way. Like, whoa! Completely missed him. Like a muppet. I mean, it has got great frontal armor. That's the good thing about it. And you can angle it, and you can get the bounces. Just like that. It's notoriously difficult to pen frontally. This lucky Strav. Yeah, tried to clip him, but it didn't work. You know, but these things happen. Boom, boom, boom. So, not the best of games, but I was happy with it, to be honest with you. It was all right. No, it's only a third class because, you know, you've got to play the tank better than that to get anywhere in this game nowadays. But it was a birthday tank, so I was happy with it, basically. And I was top damage. Makes me happy as well. So there you go. Let's have a look at a proper replay with a mastery. It's Dane Henry again. This time rocking out at tier 8. Oh, it's it's like 10:30 for me, and I'm supping lots of coffee. So you have to bear with me with my coffee supping. But we've got, like I said, we've got quite a while. If anybody has got any decent replays, by all means send them to me. You can either drop them into my Discord server, or you can just email. You just send them to me, you know, in a Discord DM. If you've got you got any stuff like that, it's all good fun for me. It's all good because I've run out of replays, and during the tour season I need a lot of replays. Mainly because, as most of you have been on my channel before, you'll know I'm purely a touch player, so I can't play PC at all. So it's very difficult for me to sort of play the game in between games because I literally don't know the controls for PC. So I'm absolutely 100% touch player. When it comes to PC, I'm totally clueless. Some would say I'm clueless as a touch player as well, but that's a different argument. I know I'm clueless as a PC player. I know I'm clueless as a touch player as well, but hey. I have fun, and that's what matters. It's the only thing that matters. Rolling out and having fun.
One of our tracks is damaged.
It's very rare that I play the game unless I'm streaming. So most of the times I play the game, I'm streaming, so everybody gets to see how bad I play. It's as simple as that, really. So it's very rare for me to play the game and not be streaming my gaming session at the same time. If I'm being honest with you, the only time I play the game and don't stream is when I'm testing tanks. Aside from that, then literally every time I play, I stream it. And the chances are, I mean, this tournament session today is probably going to finish relatively early. It's only 2 tours, 2 rounds, so I'll probably be jumping onto Twitch after this and have a bit of a session on Twitch. I'm undecided at the moment. But this one will probably finish about 11:30 my time, so yeah, I can probably get a bit of time in before I need to go to beddy buys. A bit of a fun session on Twitch, maybe. I don't know. As I said, I'm undecided. But I'm trying to grow that Twitch, my little Twitch channel, and it's actually not easy to grow a Twitch channel. This is a great little game, 2,300 so far. It's not easy to grow a Twitch channel, if I'm being honest with you. It's just one of those things. I find YouTube is much easier in that respect, but the thing about YouTube is that it doesn't the algorithm doesn't really prioritize streams, so it prioritizes videos over streams. So YouTube is great for that. You know, if you do videos, you do that sort of content, then YouTube is brilliant because that's the great platform for that. Whereas Twitch really is for streaming, but it's harder to grow a streaming channel than it is anything else. Unless, of course, you're somebody like Juicy Tender Steak or his Royal Fatness, and then obviously if you're OP like those two, it's pretty easy to grow your channels because you're broken, and people want to see broken players playing the game at the top levels. They don't want to see nabs like me. Let's be honest. That's 3 against 2. Should be an easy peasy game. One of them's a Tiger 1, so he has got the upper tier advantage here. Just whittling that little Tigger down. The Beresk. Great tank, the Beresk. In a bit of a problem area there, though. But it is a great tank, the Batchat Beresk, I must admit. I do like it. And that's a great little game. Not gonna lie. So with that, what I'm going to do in the background, I'm going to see if I can get these reloaded. And a well-deserved mastery indeed. Lovely stuff. Almost 200,000 creditos. You can't go wrong with that. Nicely done, Dane Henry. So let's just jump out of here for the moment. Let's have a look at the overall scoreboard. So as you can see there, Crowley and Ikra went down to 4-1. So Ikra beating Crowley 4-1. So at the moment, we've got Ikra, APA, Rejects, and Endgame. Akva losing to Rejects. I'm not going to be funny here. I mean, Rejects, don't underestimate them. They're a dark horse, our Rejects. They have the ability to sort of take everybody by surprise. So at the moment, that's how the scoreboard looks. Top 4 at the moment is Rejects, Endgame, Ikra, and APA. Long way to go yet. Crowley, Akva, and TQT, and Immoral all yet to get off the mark. That is the Pro Tour. Moving over to the Challengers. Well, AKTS losing to Who. So Noxu and Who will fight it out in the upper bracket final today. Whereas AKTS and Vale, well, they both faltered. They will go out in the lower bracket semi-final. And the winner of that will go into the lower bracket final where they will play either Noxu or Who. Down in Group 2, well, we already know that Raid and Pog are through, meaning FaZe and Uzra will be battling it out to see who gets into the lower bracket to face the loser of Raid and Pog. So that's where we are at the moment with the standings. We've still got quite a bit of time to go, I think. We've got about 15 minutes, near as darn it. Yeah, 20 minutes. So we've got 20 minutes to go. And we are going to be rolling out with APA. It's going to be APA against TQT. They will be rolling out on Vineyards, Black Goldville, Middleburg, with the decider being Yukon. So those are the maps. In about 20 minutes from now, and again, I've run out of replays. So you'll have to watch one of mine again. Sorry, guys. I'm going to subject you to my replays now. And they're all tanks that I'm notoriously rubbish in. So this is the next tank I'm notoriously rubbish in. So can't help it. It's just the way it works. But I enjoyed this game, even though it's a tank I'm notoriously rubbish in. But I still enjoyed the game. It was still a fun game. It was still fun, fun, fun. So some of the other streamers were saying to me that this spring season there seems to be a lack of interest from the overall viewing audience. And I mean, to an extent, I suppose that's true. But it is spring, so people are more likely to go out and enjoy their nights rather than sit in and watch YouTube. And obviously, now COVID is officially over. No problems there either. So lockdowns are gone, and everybody's got a new lease of life and stuff like that. And YouTube no longer has a captive audience, so to speak. I feel sorry for the Ho-Ri. Hello, Ho-Ri. Goodbye, Ho-Ri. Thank you for playing. However, TVP. Oh, forever a thorn in somebody's side. Must admit, I do like the TVP. Beautiful tank to play. Absolutely good fun. Really good fun. So, I mean, we've got them pretty much contained so far in this game. I'm not going to lie. We're going to push around the corner. Hello. 57. Oh, take 1200. Just like that. Bye-bye then. I mean, don't get me wrong. The 183 is good for memes. It's a good little fun tank. If you want a bit of fun, it's a great tank. But it is a tank that can take you from hero to zero in, like, a game. You know, one game you can be the hero, the next game you can be absolutely awful and just a zero. But it is a fun tank when it wants to be. But it's frustrating at the same time. I feel sorry for the Skoda. Hello, Skoda. Boom! That's what this can do. Now, you'd think that we'd have the upper hand in this game. But realistically, we actually don't. Even though it's 5 against 3, we lose a lot of tanks pretty quickly in this middle part of the game. Which happens. We've all been there. So it's now 4 against 3. And in a minute it'll be 3 against 3. And then it will be 2 against 3. Such a low roll. I hit his spaced armor with the Hesh. That was just a bad shot. I should have used AP. That was my bad. And there you go. Look, 3 against 3. Our T57 Heavy is like worse for wear, so it's about to be 2 against 3. And that E5, I think the player in the E5 is a pretty decent player. I think he's a good player. I can't remember. I'll have to check him. I think he is. I think he's like pretty high up, which is why he does he's doing what he's doing. There you go. Now it's 2 against 3. Admittedly, 2 of them are one shots, the AMX and the TVP. Down goes the AMX. And when we're playing this game, I said to my toon mate that I was just going to try and flank round, and hopefully the TVP was going to stay there. I didn't think the TVP was going to be ballsy enough to push on to my toon mate, to be honest. But no, he was. So my toon mate does get pushed, and they take each other out, leaving just me against the E5. We're both one shots. Now what we needed here was 2 things. One, we needed the E5 to low roll. Number 1. Okay, because we are a one shot. So I needed him to low roll, and I needed to, well, not really high roll. I'm going to load the AP rather than the Hesh. We need to get a good roll though, and we do get a good roll. So he did low roll. He only did 300 odd damage, so that was a low roll. So we got lucky there, to be honest with you. We did get lucky there. But you do have to have a little bit of luck in the game every now and then, to be honest with you. You got to have a little bit of luck. Well, I was happy with the game in a tank that I'm notoriously rubbish in. There you go. Let's have a look. Oh, okay. I thought Charm was. I thought he. Okay. No, he played very, very well. To be honest with you, never knock it. Played incredibly well. So we've got 10 minutes. Really. Pretty sure we've got 10 minutes. I keep forgetting. Yeah, we got 15 minutes actually, which means we've got 10 minutes before the room is open. So we've got time for one more replay. Again, it's not a great replay, but it's an interesting game, to be honest with you. It played out interestingly, so I'm just going to play that while I go to the little boys' room. Ah, I'm back. So, like I said, I mean, this wasn't a fantastic game. It was just good gameplay at the end of it. It was an interesting game to play because it really went down to the wire. My toon mate really shone in this game. To be perfectly honest with you. Like he does in most games, though, to be fair. I mean, he's on, what, 7 hit points? My lad said to me earlier, why did I not fire HE? Well, I didn't fire HE because I saw earlier that he had a spore liner. And that's the only reason I didn't fire HE. Trying to blind shot there, seeing if he was still there. He was, but he was behind the rock. Unbeknown to me. Oh no, my two mates got 9 hit points. How dare me forget that? Have you got 9? Oh look, we got a 60 TP. So now we've got to try and find the other two. Or bunker down. And yep. AMX spots me, tags me. But I needed to sort of flush him out. Because my toon mate can't. My toon mate can't do anything. He's only got 9 HP. Again, get a little bit lucky here. The 60 TP does a good thing. He spots up their TD. And there he is. And he is a one-shot, so he comes side on. So that allows me to tag him. Now we need to just find that AMX. He was running around. And the AMX is running all the way around the map. And he's going to go for my toon mate. And I see the 60 TP spotted, so I know the AMX is not up here. He's going round the back. He's heading towards my toon mate, so I'm looking to try and catch him out. I didn't think he'd be this far over, but he was. And he'll pop up in a moment, right on the left-hand side. You'll see in a minute as he goes for my toon mate. And there he is. I mean, he's only got 7 HP. I mean, I left him on 7 HP after hitting him earlier with a big roll, catching his engine up and catching him on fire. But 7 versus 9 HP. And my toon mate, boom, gets him down. Look at that flying turret. I only had 46 seconds to go, so that's why I enjoyed that game. And I'm saying not setting the world on fire, not showing you anything amazing, you know, not big damage game, but you know, it was an interesting game because it went so close to the wire. And it's rare nowadays to get like 7 minutes of gameplay. So that's why it was enjoyable. You can see my toon mate breaking that 4K. So can't show you any more replays now because we're going to be ready to go soon. Yeah, sorry guys, can't toon with anybody if you're asking for a toon. I can't do toons because I'm streaming. We're about to get the invite in about 2 minutes, so can't really show another replay either. I'm just waiting now. It's going to be an interesting game next. TQT do realistically need to get off the mark if they can. But I mean, it's still early days. There's still a long way to go in the tournament. There are 7 tours, I believe. So there's still quite a long way to go. Yeah, there are 7 tours. So still a long way to go yet. We've got 2 tours today, 2 tours tomorrow, 2 tours the day after, and then 1 tour on the final day. So that's what we're all looking at there. So you got there's plenty of time for these teams to grab those wins, to get them into contention. Obviously, this tour is all about getting into that top 4. That's what it's all about. Top 4 is the name of the game. So just have a look at the challengers, which is the top 16. I don't think they're going out just yet. Vale. No, they've just rolled. They've started to roll out now in that lower bracket semi-final. So that's going on at the moment. Unfortunately, no one's streaming it because everybody's streaming the top tour. We should get the invite anytime soon. Then we can jump in and then we can start getting everything up and ready for the next game, which will, I believe, I can't remember the maps it's going out on. Vineyards. It'll be Vineyards is the first map. So we'll just get Just wait for that invite. Should be coming through any second now. It shouldn't be taking much longer. You normally get it 5 minutes before before the games kick off. And there it is. So we're already up. Going out on vineyards. So we'll just get everything up and ready. Scorecards, yeah, scorecards are going to be ready. We'll have a look at the vineyard flyover at the moment. So let's have a look at that as we're waiting on vineyards, and then hopefully by the time we've seen the flyover and refreshed ourselves as to what the map vineyards looks like, which we all know what it looks like, we'll be able to jump into the room, because the delay stops me from jumping into the room just yet, purely because the delay doesn't allow it. But that's what we'll do. We'll have a look at the overflight, and we'll jump in straight after that. So that's the quick overfly of Vineyards. That's the next map we're going out on. Pretty sure it was Vineyards. If I'm wrong, then we've just flown over a map that we didn't need to fly over. But it was nice anyway, just to fly over a little bit. So just waiting for the additional 10 odd seconds, and then I'll jump into the room. We can see who's going off where and when and all that sort of malarkey. And it'll be interesting to see what meta they're going to pick for Vineyards. Vineyards is always an interesting map. Let's jump in then. So Vineyards is always an interesting map. We already have TQT, so they're already in the room. APA will get here eventually. I'll just put the scoreboard up for the moment, but I'm not going to put the teams up just yet because, well, I don't know where they're going to be when we roll out into the game. They could be on the left or they could be on the right. So TQT will be going off on the South Spawn, where they're called Trutney Quality Tim. And that's from the clan _TQT_. And they are facing APA, Team Apathy. And well, you can see we've got some interesting. I don't know if that's going to be the. Although Nico, we got Nico in Destiny, Liberty, and Arena already. Well, Destiny, Liberty is now not readied up. They've still got 2 minutes. They've got plenty of time to get into those tanks and to decide on that meta. While we're waiting for that, I've got to try and work out how to say this. Oh, Rumpelstiltskin. I believe that's Rumpelstiltskin. And then we've got Destiny Liberty, Performance, Rumpelstiltskin, Baby Potato, interesting name, Classical. So just refreshing myself, they have readied up. We have Nico in the IS-7, Destiny Liberty in an E5, Irina in a T100 LT, Performance potentially in a T100 LT, but he's just not readied up there. Rumpelstiltskin in a 121B, Baby Potato in a 121B, and Classical in a T100 LT. Moving over to APA, we have Uni, and Destiny Liberty, by the way, jumped into an E5. APA, we have Uni in the AMX, Almeri in the Strav K, De Silva in an AMX, Last AFK in an IS-7, Ventium, Days, Object 3, all in Strav Ks. That is the lineup, that is the meta that they're picking. We have TQT on the South Spawn, APA on the North Spawn, here for this game on Vineyards. Just got half a minute to go before we rock and roll here, so interesting stuff to be. Okay, we're jumping in. Oh, and look at that. We have APA on the right, TQT on the left. There you go. That's pretty much what there is in the... Let's jump up, get up to the back. A lot of light tanks here for TQT. We've got Performance and the T100 LT heading out. Classical and Arena both in T100s, also heading up to those ruins area. Baby Potato leading with the 121B, Rumpelstiltskin and Destiny Liberty and Nico both in heavies, leading down into the town area. Ventium, Almeri, Last AFK, Object 3, all into the town. De Silva and Uni in those two AMXs pushing heavily, looking to catch Destiny Liberty out. Performance has taken the cap, but APA not looking to cap here. They're just looking to put pressure onto TQT. And Destiny Liberty has been caught out in the open. He does drop that reactive armor, but it's not going to help him with all this heavy fire coming down. And just like that, Destiny Liberty, the E5, is out. Nico is just covering the corner. Admittedly, APA have lost a bit of AP here, a bit of HP here. Uni getting tagged by Nico. De Silva and Uni carrying on their push. Baby Potato shoving shots into the side. Now Ventium and Object 3 will be looking for Nico. De Silva getting tagged again. Uni getting tagged again. But Nico is the center of attention. Nico's being pushed. Object 3, Ventium from behind. He's looking to get shots into De Silva though. They have got some cover, does Nico, from those T100s. He puts the shot into De Silva. De Silva weathering the storm, not going down. Down goes Nico. Over the other side, though, well, Daze is looking worse for wear over there. He's got Last AFK with him, but Daze, down he goes. Now Arena and Classical will turn their attention to Last AFK. We're just going to watch this little tussle for the moment, as Classical's trying to get around. Last AFK just doesn't have the mobility to fend off these two, but he's holding these two tanks up, and that's the main thing. So Last AFK doing his job. Back over this side, wow, they're Rumpelstiltskin and Baby Potato is running away. Uni will cap B. A cap has been taken by TQT. Almeri getting smacked by Rumpelstiltskin there. And Last AFK still... Oh, Baby Potato really felt that from Almeri. And all of a sudden, Nico Arena... So, Last AFK, even though he's only got 240 odd hit points, he's just taken down Arena, but he goes down to Classical. Now Rumpelstiltskin here. He's being pressured heavily by Object 3. Object 3, Almeri comes in to help out. Poor old Rumpelstiltskin has been cornered. And down he goes. Back over the other side. Well, Uni is being absolutely pressured by Performance. Performance managing to take him down. But this one looks like it could be going to APA. But TQT do have the advantage. Ventium now looking to search out. He is in a Strav K. So is Object 3 and so is Almeri. They will use their mobility to try and find these tanks. And he puts a shot in towards Baby Potato. Doesn't land. Baby Potato gets one back into Ventium. And at the moment, Object 3 is coming in to help out. Ventium will take the cap, which will stop. No, he's not going to take the cap. They're going to push. They can feel the win here. The victory is on the cards. Baby Potato is a one-shot, and wow, so is Performance. But points are in favour. Down goes Rumpelstiltskin, leaving Baby Potato as the last man standing. Object 3 coming up from behind, be able to put a big roll in. Baby Potato tries to get out of the danger zone, drops down, but can't escape Object 3, and goes 1-0 to APA. What a great game that was. TQT really piling on some pressure there, and it looked at one stage that they were in a running. It was only 2 tanks left for APA, Object 3 and Ventium. So it was a big push, though, from APA. Very aggressive start to this game here on Vineyards. And Baby Potato there, just shy of 4K. So their light to medium strat kind of worked. But again, that counter push by APA is just brutal. But that was a great little game there by TQT. We're going to swap the spawn points now. TQT on the north spawn, APA on the south spawn. So just waiting for them to pick their meta. And TQT have read it up first. We have Nico in an E5, Destiny Liberty in an E5, Arena in a T100 LT, Performance in the T100 LT, Rumpelstiltskin now jumping into a TVP, Baby Potato still in the 121B, and Classical in a T100 LT. So, with the exception of Nico, who is still mobile, no heavy tanks here for TQT, although they are tussling about that now. APA, Uni in the IS-7, Almeria in the Super Conk, De Silva in the AMX, Last AFK T100 LT, Ventiom Strav, Days Strav, Object 3 Strav. And I thought Destiny Liberty and Rumpelstiltskin were liking to change there, but they didn't. They stayed in their T100 LT and TVP respectively. So a lot of mobility here for Team TQT. It's going to be interesting to see. They're going to harry APA around the map. They're going to be looking to get those bases really quick, get those fast caps in, and just use the mobility of those tanks to really frustrate APA. APA, however, do have those Stravs. The Strav K is incredibly mobile. It's not really a heavy, it's more of a heavy So anything can happen. Hit points firmly in favour of APA because they have got heavies. It's interesting to see how TQT playing this one. I mean, they didn't play the last one that badly, to be honest with you. They really managed to use the mobility of their tanks. Although it did help them that APA were pretty aggressive. So Rumpelstiltskin is going to go to the A cap. All the T100s are going to go to the ruins. Last AFK is avoiding the B cap. He's looking for the spots. And you can see the Stravs, Ventiom, Days, and Object 3 all heading to those northern ruins. De Silva, Almeri, Last AFK, and Uni, well, they're just all holding. Oh, Uni gets absolutely pummeled as he tries to cross. Now, APA would have realised that with so many light tanks, they would have been going to this area. Now, Classical could be caught out here. Object 3 coming in. Excuse me. But Classical gets away. Oh, Object 3 getting tagged by Baby Potato. And Classical gets tagged in return. Performance and losing hit points. But Uni has lost a lot. But TQT as a team have lost more. And pushing down onto Uni now. Uni really being pushed heavily here. He's survived so far, but down he goes. Performance also goes down. So two tanks down. So one tank down a piece, sorry. But Rumpelstiltskin and Baby Potato. Rumpelstiltskin is in a world of trouble. He's on his long reload. Daze is not looking at him, though. Daze is looking to take out Arena. Down goes Baby Potato. The guy who caused so much damage last time. Daze is now in trouble here. He's got Destined Liberty and Rumpelstiltskin to tussle with. He's going to be able... Oh, he tries to get Destiny Liberty out, but he doesn't. So, Ventiom, Uni, Daze all down. Baby Potato, Performance, and Nico down. Object 3 here. Well, he's going to be careful. He has got Rumpelstiltskin who is fully loaded. That's a nice little ram. Oh, double kill. Wowzers. That was brilliant. I don't know if he got 2 kills there, but it looked like it, and all of a sudden Object 3 then takes out Arena. That looked like a double kill. I don't think it was. I think somebody else put the shot in, but I need to check. But that was fantastic. If that was, I need to find out now if who killed who. So Rumpelstiltskin was killed by Object 3, and who was it? Was it Arena? It was Object 3. He got a double kill. Object 3 got a double kill. Doesn't show, but I'm pretty sure he got a double kill there. Wow. There you go. As we move into the next map, which is Black Goldville. So let's have a look at that quickly. And we'll get that up and running. Have a quick flyover. So that was the quick flyover. We are back in. We've got 30 odd seconds to go. At the moment, we have TQT on the north spawn and APA on the south spawn. APA ready up first. We have Uni in the AMX, Almeri and Strav K, Last AFK in an AMX, Ventium Days, Yennefer, Object 3, all in Strav Ks. Moving over to TQT, we have Nico in the IS-7, Destiny Liberty in the Strav K, Arena in the E5, Performance in a 60TP, Rumpelstiltskin in a 60TP, Baby Potato in a 60TP, Classical in a Sheridan. I really need to I need to recheck back on that game. That did Object 3 get a double kill? If he did, wow. Well done. So, hit points, again, firmly in favour of APA. It's 2-0 to them in the moment. They're halfway there. TQT, however, have been giving them a hard time. Here on Black Goldville, well, looks like they're heading towards the C cap with overlook on the B cap. That is Team TQT. Moving around the map, well, looks like the Strav Ks of Days and Object 3, along with Ventium and Yennefer, are heading towards that A cap. Last AFK and Uni on overlook at the B cap. Uni does get tagged. C cap is the desired strat here for TQT. They're pushing round. And Uni realizes the danger, just dropping back a little bit. All those big heavy tanks that TQT have taken are overlooking where the Uni position is. Arena jumping into the B cap. So at the moment, cap advantage will go to TQT. Even though APA did cap A first, they will get 2 caps here. And Uni is going to feel a lot of pain. Nico is coming round. Last AFK turns his turret. He feels the danger. He gets a good shot into Nico. But Uni could be caught out a little bit here. He hasn't got any support though, Nico. So whilst Uni could be caught out, he does have pretty good damage. Let's quickly zip over here though. Last AFK giving Arena a hard time. And Arena dropping that reactive armor. But Last AFK putting a big shot in at the same time. APA are pushing over to this side. And all of a sudden, Destined Liberty is feeling the pain. Object 3 is giving him a hard time. Object 3 will be able to give this Strav of Destined Liberty. Oh, but that was a bounce. Object 3 did not need that. Object 3 will finish off this time though. And he does. Now Days is also in trouble. And Rumpelstiltskin coming around to put a big roll into Days. And he doesn't pull the trigger. And at the same time, Performance in the 60 TP goes down. So just like, oh, Nico loses against Uni. Object 3 does go down though. And all of a sudden they're contained. Rumpelstiltskin in Baby Potato in the 60 TPs being whittled down to next to nothing. Classical in the Sheridan, they're ignoring that. Almeri comes in, they finish off Rumpelstiltskin. They finish off Baby Potato. Classical in Arena are the last one standing. Make that Arena. Arena's the last one standing in the E5, and this one will go to APA. 3-0 to APA. Again, their counter pushes are just brutal. Brutal. And they did lose Object 3, but Uni over in that corner, isolated and alone, managing to hold that corner and also giving Nico in that IS-7 a really hard time. So, match point to APA here on Black Goldville. Swapping those spawn points now. TQT on the south spawn, APA on the north spawn. Something going on here. Oh, no, sorted. Oh, so a minute to go. Just waiting for them to ready up. We have Uni in the AMX, Almeri in the Strav K, De Silva in the AMX, Last AFK in the AMX, Ventium Days and Object 3 all in Strav Ks. Yeah, Lars, I need to go back and re-look. I mean, I don't know is the honest answer. So that is Team APA. They are on the North spawn. That's their meta. That is their lineup. Moving over to TQT, we have Nico in the E5, Destined Liberty in the Strav K, Irina in an E5, Performance in the IS7, Rumpelstiltskin in the 121B, Baby Potato in a 121B, and Classical in a T100 LT. So, match point 2, APA. Here in tour number 2, facing off against TQT. Hit points in favour of APA again. Again, TQT taking mobility over armour. Let's get up high and see what they're going to be doing. Well, at the moment, we're going to have Classical go out to this normal spotting bush around there. And the 121B is heading up to the cave area. We will then have the E5s probably bunkering down around this area, just about here. Anything coming round, they will be able to smack. So Classical just, well, actually not going to the spotting bush, just going to the spotting boulder instead. APA, with the exception of Uni, are all heading towards the caves. And this is going to be a big push through the cave area, being led by Days. The 121B is now desperately getting out of the danger zone. Object 3 in Days, not looking to push through too much. Side shots coming in via Performance. Performance gets one back though. Nico and Classical are there. Ventium and the AFKs. Now Almeri and De Silva, they will take the A cap. So the cap advantage will go to APA. And all of a sudden, the move that TQT were looking to make, which was round this side, is faltered. However, Classical has jumped into the B cap. Uni is there to reset it. Baby Potato and Rumpelstiltskin will now rotate all the way through their spawn towards the C cap, trying to contain APA. And Uni trying to get a shot in, but he's not able to reset. But he does get a shot into Classical. Not able to reset, and you can see APA now coming back round through their spawn, knowing that the C cap will be taken, and it is. Ventium, Almerian Days, all in those very quick strabs, looking to do a counter push on that C cap, hoping to catch those 121Bs out. They figured that the heavies will still be in the middle area. Uni just gets a smacking there, but that's his job. He's literally the tail end Charlie, as they say. So last AFK is right up in the caves, making sure if anything goes to the A cap, he's got it covered. Rumpelstiltskin getting smacked. Now Ventium and Days will push through. They will probably, yep, they are going to push through, not even bothering to take. But then Days says, no, let's push back a little bit. And they do. Nico losing a lot of HP over there. That's why last AFK was still there. Object 3 and De Silva are still there. Performance losing a lot of HP as he comes round. This is a good push from TQT. They will isolate last AFK to an extent. But De Silva and Object 3 will jump in, and Performance is just feeling that pain a little bit. His last AFK pushes round. He's looking to put a big roll into Rumpelstiltskin, and he does. Rumpelstiltskin gets one back. Baby Potato comes to help. Down goes Classical. But last AFK is now a one-shot. Baby Potato will be looking to finish off. Oh, no, Rumpelstiltskin does. Object 3 looking to put shots into Performance. Classical down, Arena down, Nico down. The action is over this side, though, at the moment. Down goes Rumpelstiltskin, courtesy of Object 3. Now they'll push on to Object 3. It's 3 against 6. Object 3 gets a little bit of a hug there from Baby Potato as he goes down. Ventium is now here, so is De Silva. Baby Potato and Destiny Liberty are the last two standing. And it's all going APA's way. Baby Potato is now the last tank on the list for TQT. And he knows he can't do anything about it. Days is going to give him a big bear hug. Doesn't really work out. So Mary says, let's just shoot him. And just like that, APA 4-0. Wowzers. Fast and furious are APA. No stopping them when they want to, when they're like this. And this is good stuff from APA, a sign of things to come. They will only keep knocking it up a gear as the tournament progresses. So congratulations to APA, commiserations for TQT. Still yet to get off the mark. Now, that is basically it tournament gameplay-wise for today, because there's only 2 tours today. The next ones are tomorrow, as you will see. So tomorrow we go out again. No more today. I don't know what we're following tomorrow, but if you are following APA, they're going out tomorrow against Endgame. That'll be their first game tomorrow. So that's how that stands. Let's have a look. See if we've got any scores on the doors. At the moment, the only score on the door is APA against TQT. Endgame, Rejects are still battling it out. Akva, Ikra are still battling it out. Immoral, Crowley are still battling it out. So no results there at this moment in time. Moving over into, let's have a look at this one. Moving over to the challengers. Well, Vale have turned over the AKTS team. So Vale have progressed through to the lower bracket final here today. They don't know who they're playing yet. Could be Noxu, could be who. But that's an interesting game. They could, if they're going to be playing Noxu, they've already played Noxu today and they did lose to Noxu. So it'd be interesting to see how that one pans out. Moving down, while Uzra have turned over FaZe. So they are just waiting to see who they are going to be facing. It's either Raid or Pog. So that'll be an interesting game between Raid and Pog. So lot to play for still there. Moving over to the main tour, as I said, we have got no results in these yet. The only result so far is APA against TQT. That's the only result we've got so far. So there's still a long way to go though, guys. We're only at tour 2. There are 5 more tours to go. So there's plenty of action yet to come in this tournament. It's by no means guaranteed or certain at this stage. But at the moment, the leaderboard is APA are riding high. They've got 2 points from 2 battles, 2 wins. Endgame at the moment, 1-1. Rejects, 1-1. They've played 1, won 1. Ikra, 1-1, and played 1. Everybody else, TQT, bottom of the table at the moment, played 2, lost 2. So, like I said, though, there's still a very long way to go. Now, I could sit here and we could carry on and wait and wait and wait, but I would recommend that you all go and check the other streamers. Okay, I'm not the only streamer, as I said. So, the other streamers, for example, are... let me just get that up and running so you can see who they are, because their battles are still ongoing out there. So we have Wild Ones Halper, who is streaming Endgame. Amunet streaming Crowley. Nino streaming Rejects. All those are English speaking. We then have Robert85 streaming Ikra. Pyroblast in Ukrainian Russian streaming Immoral. iShot in Russian streaming Akva. Gladkey, how you doing, buddy? So I would recommend, as the games are still ongoing over there, that you potentially pop over to the other streams and see the end of those, because the results aren't through yet. Or there are. Akva have turned over Ikra 4-0. So Akva bouncing back from their loss against Rejects, and they've turned over Ikra, which is going to sort of put a dent into Ikra, because they won their first game against Crowley. So lots of interesting things going out there, guys. But as I said, the other people are streaming, so I would recommend. Wild Ones Alpha is at the moment streaming Endgame against Rejects, and Amunet is streaming Crowley and Immoral. So that's it from me for today. We're back again tomorrow for the tournament. I will probably jump onto Twitch in about 10 minutes to play. So feel free to join me and tune up. Until then, thank each and every one of you for popping in and saying hello and giving some much needed support. As I said, we're back again tomorrow with the next round, Tour 3 and Tour 4. Until then, enjoy the rest of your evening. I've been Fujit, you've been beautiful, and that has been us following APA, who have just been unstoppable. So until the next time, have a good one. Bye for now.